Hello. Welcome to the festival of the movies I saw again.
Movies.
The next film I saw at the New York Film Festival was a film called All In: The Fight for Democracy.
Hmm.
And this is another documentary, but this one is about the history of voter suppression. And it goes from obviously slavery to today. And it was kind of interesting. There's some things that I knew and some things that I didn't know, and it was like, oh, cool. It's directed by Lisa Cortez and Liz Garbus. Lisa Cortez is mostly a producer. She's produced Monsters Ball, which was responsible for Halle Berry's Oscar. She produced a movie called The Woodsman with Kevin Bacon about, I think he plays a pedophile in that movie. I haven't seen it, but it's on my watch list. And she also helped produce Precious, which is an awful movie. I do not like that movie. Is so bad. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen Precious.
It's such a mess. It's so dumb and bad. We should do a commentary on Precious, honestly.
Did Monique win the Oscar for that? I know she was nominated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna love me?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
That's a good scene. She's good in that scene. But the rest of the movie, it's not worth getting to that point. It's really not. It's just bad.
No, it's not.
She also produced the documentary The Apollo that I reviewed last year, which was okay. It has the same sort of like plain presentation that I mentioned before. And the other director, Liz Garbus, is a mostly documentary filmmaker. She directed the documentary What Happened, Miss Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see What Happened, Miss Simone?
No, I did not.
It's a really good documentary about her life and stuff, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. She also directed a movie called Lost Girls, which came out this year, which I was supposed to review in the January, February, March video, I think, but I literally forgot to write my review about it. And then once I posted the video and like I went to my IMDb, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this movie, which literally tells you everything you need to know about that movie. It is so forgettable. She's also working on the I'll Be Gone in the Dark miniseries on HBO, which I own. I have the book. I haven't read it yet. And All In: The Fight for Democracy is okay.
Is it like one of those documentaries you said from before that's just like interview, archive footage, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, it is very
Okay.
much that. But also, I'd say that the time in which this movie is coming out and also the information in it is very important because it underlies another issue about the 2016 election and how it happened. I mean, there's so many things to blame for what happened in 2016. We could talk about misinformation on social media. We could talk about Russian meddling and taking advantage of social media and contributing to misinformation. We could talk about Hillary Clinton being a terrible candidate. We could talk about Hillary Clinton not going to Michigan or Pennsylvania or whatever other state I forgot. Hillary Clinton forgot too, so don't get mad at me. And we could also talk about James Comey releasing that thing like 1 week before the election, like a big old dummy. There's so many contributing factors to how 2016 turned out. But the thing that this film highlights is that another contributing factor, and probably the most important contributing factor to the results of the 2016 election, is voter suppression. That was the first presidential election since 1964, I think, without the Voting Rights Act. In 2013, the Supreme Court ruled against the Voting Rights Act and the protections that Bible Belt states and Texas and Arizona had to make sure that they weren't suppressing the vote. And then after that happened, we got a flood of terrible policies and voter suppression policies that began the year after that in the 2014 midterms, in the 2016 election, and culminating into probably one of the most prolific, awful examples of voter suppression, and that was the Georgia state gubernatorial race, with Stacey Abrams, and Stacey Abrams is actually a large part of this documentary. She originally wanted to make a documentary highlighting voter suppression and how important it was, but she didn't want to include herself. But the filmmakers, in their wisdom, which I'm so glad that they decided to do this, is that they framed her loss and what happened with Brian Kemp in the context of the centuries, I guess at this point, long fight for equality in voting. There's so many things that happen that this film talks about, and important moments of history that is worth listening to and worth knowing when you're going into this, especially when they talk about more current stuff. Because if you are in a swing state, or if you, not even if you're in a swing state, because voter suppression happens here in New York, it happens all the time. And also there's a website. They have a website so you can, do all those things. They direct you to their film, like, hey, this is our movie website where you can register and check your status and all these things. And so that's good too.
That is good.
I will link it in the description of this video.
Oh.
So yeah, I think all those things are super duper important, and yeah, it's worth watching, but it's not the most amazing documentary ever. It's not well presented in the same way that Monopoly of Violence is presented. It's just not at all. It's a very conventional documentary that is like, hey, you need to know what is happening and how they're trying to get you. There's a lot of interesting things that the movie goes into. So yeah, with that being said, I'm giving All In: The Fight for Democracy a 6 out of 10. So I go on IMDb and I see that All In: Fight for Democracy has a 5.2 out of 10 user rating. I started looking at the reviews and I was like, oh, we should watch this together. We should read this together. So
okay. There's the first 3 that are just 1 out of 10, then the fourth 10 out of 10. And it says must see for truly patriotic American.
Stop what you're doing and watch this. Never has a doc been more timely and vital, which is true. There's an element of truth to that, but also this is a film. So it's a 6 out of 10. That's what I'm saying objectively, because I am objective and I've never had a subjective thought in my entire life. I am a robot. Same old political one-sidedness. I watched this to gain a better perspective and gain more understanding into both sides of the voting debate. It was not worth my time. Only present one side of the story without establishing any credibility. Okay, first of all, in the last video, I mentioned that the media has a bias toward fairness. This is exactly that type of stuff I'm talking about. There is not a debate. There is not a two-sided debate. There is not a both sides debate to voter suppression. If you have to actively make more rules for people in order to vote, and whereas a lot of people can just walk in and vote, there is no debate. There is no other side that is worth talking about, especially when this film provides the context and compares things like literacy tests and poll taxes to purging, which is something that you will find out about if you watch this doc. It's literally the same thing. And it's really a coincidence that all these things are allowed in times when the Voting Rights Act was not a thing. 2 out of 10. Do you partisan biased liberalism?
Yeah.
Can you do this one in a Southern accent, please?
Not worth your time listening to Stacey Abrams. I'm not sure it's ever crossed their minds that maybe they sometimes lose elections because their policies are unpalatable. Unpalatable. I can't even read today. Oh my god.
Wow, Glenn, learn how to read, dude.
I have to go back to school.
Do I have to give you a literacy test before you can review movies?
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes they lose elections because their policies are unpalatable. My dude, Donald Trump lost the popular vote. The Democrat senators have a minority, but they represent more people than the Republican majority. Hello? Horrid. 1 out of 10. No way. Oh my god. You will lose IQ points if you watch this. Oh my god. This IQ Andy. Okay. Ridiculous made up tripe hosted by gap-toothed real governor of Georgia, Stacey Abrams, who is dumber than a shoe. No way. No way. Oh my god. Oh wait, this person actually uses Hold on, this person uses IMDb. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh.
A year and 5 months, but doesn't like do number ratings, but actually writes out things. He hates That's So Raven.
For what?
That's So Raven. Boring and poorly written. And the titular actress character can't act her way out of a paper bag. Avoid at all costs. The Boys. Really good stuff. Creative story and world. Cast is top notch. Brutally violent, but also hilarious. And lesbians. ... The good kind.
What?
I'm not kidding. Oh my! I haven't even seen The Boys, so I don't know. Mulan, 2020. It's okay, but kind of slow at times. Not as good without Eddie Murphy. And the world is Disney, and the CCP killed more Uyghurs making this movie than Cecil B. DeMille. Oh my God, this guy's amazing. Joker, 2019. It's okay, but it's kind of slow throughout, then ends what appears to be stock footage of Joe Biden voters rioting at a BLM Antifa event. This man is on crack. He smokes crack. He thought Uncut Gems was very entertaining.
Okay, he has a tiny bit of taste.
Greyhound is a much watch. Are you on crack? Great movie about a time when American men weren't a bunch of metrosexual hippies. Heaven forbid we ever fight a war like this again. We'd definitely lose. What? Whoa, wait, hold on. He liked Jojo Rabbit?
Ooh.
How? The movie is making fun of you. What are you saying? I'm losing it. The title for his Hotel Rwanda review, not funny at all.
Oh my God.
Billed as a comedy about a wacky hotel owner and his incompetent staff managing a hotel in the face of a massive genocide. This movie has a few laughs, but nothing that lives up to the hype. Worth a look, but it's no Faulty Towers. Is this man? Who is this? Who is this person? He thought Hotel Rwanda was a comedy? It's a historically inaccurate movie about a genocide. Come on, dude. Get it together. And then he gives Parasite a 1 out of 10.
Oh my God.
I assumed this movie would be good because it won an Oscar, but it's just overrated anti-capitalist tripe. Don't bother. My dude.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't like feeling guilty for the state of the economic system I live in because people are poor. Oh, my fifis are hurt. Get out of here. He gave 1917 a 10 out of 10.
Oh my God.
He likes a certain type of movie.
Yeah, definitely.
About men. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. 8 out of 10. It's fine. Ties everything up nicely. Some interesting voice and in-person cameos. And it finally added what Star Wars has been missing for 43 years. Lesbian kissing. This man has a thing for lesbians. The good kind. He said 8 out of 10 and it's fine in the same breath. How is that? That is not the same. An 8 out of 10 is not fine. Okay, so he gave Star Wars Episode 9 an 8 out of 10 and said it's fine. Then he gave Harriet a 3 out of 10 and said it's okay. What's the difference? He said not as entertaining as one might hope, but he spelled might with an N, so it's as one night hope. Mm-hmm. Story is a bit ridiculous and not in keeping with actual events. Could have been a lot better. I guess there weren't enough lesbians in it, so. He gave Halloween 2018 a 3 out of 10.
Okay, good.
A 3 out of 10 lame, as opposed to the Harriet 3 out of 10 for being
okay.
It's okay. Derivative and boring, but nice to see Jamie Lee Curtis advocating for possession and use of firearms for home and self-defense.
Oh my God.
So he gave Parasite a 1 out of 10, but he gives Snowpiercer an 8 out of 10 when they have the same message. They are the same anti-capitalist propaganda that he was mad about in Parasite. Anyway, He said, creative. I gave it 8 stars because it has a lot more good than bad, and it's a ton better than most of the hit movie wannabes out there. Creative plot, innovative setting, unpredictable, decent ending. But what about the anti-capitalist garbage? Does he not know about metaphors? Does he need it like shoved in his face? That's interesting. He gave The Favorite a 5 out of 10. Is this man on crack? He said it's okay. Oh, warning spoilers. Can I read it?
No, I didn't see it yet.
Oh, okay. Wait, why?
I don't know. It came out last year, right?
No, it came out 2 years ago.
It came out 2 years ago? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You have to peep.
All right, his first review, Black Panther. Guess what he gave it?
A 1.
Nope.
An 8.
Nope. 6 out of 10. He liked it more than I did.
Oh, wow.
Decent. I don't know what these words mean anymore. I don't know what decent and okay mean. A decent Marvel superhero movie, but way overrated. About as good as the average Marvel flick, but not as good as some. Anyway, I think we've strayed enough from the path of God at this point to move on. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you agree or disagree, tell us in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Do all the things. The Matrix video is coming soon. I'm working on it. Bye.
Bye.